What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Glad you're back. It is Tuesday night, as always, right around 9:30, and it's going to be time for these NNR truck guys to take their turn around Old Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, whatever you want to call it. But, man, welcome back. Definitely hope everybody had the best Christmas possible. I know a lot of people couldn't do a whole lot of traveling because of all this COVID crap, but hopefully it didn't affect you. Unfortunately, it did affect me, but that's another story. But yeah, it's definitely good to be back, and tonight we got a little bit of a prize up on the line. Actually, it's going to be all week long. Got a prize up on the line. Got a brand new NNR hat line that was launched, and the winners this week for the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series races will all receive this brand new hat, and I'll actually show you what they look like. And while I do that, I'm going to bring in the guy that's been in the booth for most of the season. Oh, Mr. Lucky Dog, your 2020 Pro League Season 2 champ, right here with me. Lucky, welcome back again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Good to talk to you, sir.
Absolutely, it's great to be talking with you again, Pete, and I'm happy to hear that you had a great Christmas and a happy holidays, and I hope everybody here had a happy holidays as well, and a happy New Year as well. Looking forward to be back once again in the commentating for the NNR Truck Series around Gateway, Worldwide Technology Raceway, whatever you want to call it. I'm really excited. It's a great track, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be great to see how these guys are going to, pick themselves right off from last week or the last race that we had. It feels like forever, especially for me because I had to miss last time because of the dreaded finals. So can't wait to see how this race is going to go and see if guys like Bowling are still going to remain on top.
Oh, Bowling has just been a beast with all these races. In the beginning of the season, when Michigan rolled around and a couple others, it seemed like T-Glass and him were really going to duke it out, punch for punch. But unfortunately, T-Glass, he went by the wayside, and because he's actually missed so many races, he's actually fallen out of championship contention. So unlucky for him. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to find you right now and see if we can't get. Nope, I don't see you. So let me just scroll on down here a little bit, bud. You're always somewhere on the bottom.
I think because it's not in alphabetical order for the like that friends list or something.
Gotcha.
That may be why. Because I'm online. I could send you a message, actually.
All right. However you want to do it. I don't know why I can never find you.
I think it's because it doesn't go alphabetical order when you put them under the special friends list or something.
You'd think it would. Because that's...
No, I don't think it does that.
That's unfortunate.
And then you could probably go through my profile here, so you messed there. It's probably the easiest way to do it.
Yep. All right. So there you go. So we got you going, and let's now, since we got you in here, let's go ahead and go through the field. Looks like our pole sitter going to be the 99 of old Shadalac. Shad has been very, very fast and ready to go. Then to his outside, we got NNR Bowling. We're talking about him in that 38. It's going to be the 24 of Krabby Soup rocking those that Chase Elliott. What was it? The I can't remember the name of it right now. But then we've got NNR Chevy rocking the 374 of Owen Cornett with the 10 of T and Vols. Good to see him out here. It's his first race since Bristol. Then we got NNR Cowboy rocking the 19, the 52 of Mike T 24, 13 of Garrett 25-23. In that 23 is going to be More Than a Cape. Then we got the 51 of the Truck Series admin, old NNR Swats, 98 of Pop Bear. That's a nice looking truck. 16 of Classic Stew, and then we're back up front and Lucky going green. Welcome back 2021.
Hey, welcome back to 2021, start of a great year for NNR Racing. Here we go, Shadalac is going to be taking the lead off of turn 2, heading towards this long back straightaway. This track is a mile and a quarter long as they're side by side right now for the lead. Bowling looks under him, going into the turn 3 and 4. He's going to back up the entrance, try and get a really good exit. Has it in the center of the corner. He's going to get a great drive off, and there goes Bowling, taking the lead away, trying to lead the first lap of the race.
Yeah, 99's fighting hard to the outside. 24 sitting right behind him, looking on board right now with one of our onboard cameras. The 3 of NNR Chevy, which, by the way, we'll have a few of those tonight. We've got cameras for SWATs, camera from Cowboy, camera from Chevy, and I believe there might even be one more. But again, big thank you to at least those 3 for allowing us to ride along with for laps and fuel and anything else that they might be able to help us out with.
So it's a pleasure because fuel is such a huge part of this game, and just how it revolves around strategy, especially tracks like this where it's pretty hard to save fuel. And another thing we're going to find out too with this track is that the right rear tire is a very important issue around this track. It's almost like it's a hybrid between New Hampshire and Phoenix. Phoenix is very challenging track. It's very hard on the right rear tire. This track also has elements of New Hampshire in a way. It's very loose on entry to the corner a little bit, maybe not so much in the trucks. However, it has that sort of blend there. You still have good fast speeds, but also you had that very challenging aspect of tire wear.
Absolutely. The track it's kind of like even though it's longer than it's kind of like a miniature or egg-shaped, kind of like a Darlington, but not quite as much. I had never actually turned a lap here on this game until I was actually setting up the stream a little bit earlier. But Experts of Racing, Jay Quinn, Rock NASCAR, the one and only. Thank you very much for coming out, hanging out. Definitely appreciate it. Rock, thank you very much for the bits. Experts of Racing says he's pulling for his boy Vols fan. Can't wait for some action and more great commentary. Definitely appreciate you as well, Experts. It's gonna be one hell of a race. I'm pulling for a lot of these guys, to be honest with you. It's the first race back for NNR. I've called a couple of races for Turn Down for What and American Ethanol and Shadow Racing League and whatnot, but it's good to be back home again.
Absolutely. I remember too. I think we also had the All-Star race a while back. It feels like not too long ago, but it's been quite a while since then. We were at the Auto Club, the Xfinity car, so that's been pretty fun too. And looks like the battle in front's heating up a little bit. We see the 24 of Krabby Soup looking underneath the 99 of Shadowlack, trying to take second place away. Turn 1 and 2 does a very good job there. Shadowlack's still looking high, and the 3 car of Chevy is pounding those two. Really nice battle we got going on here. That's the thing about Gateway. You can have some really great on-track battles around this track.
Yeah, the 24 was able to work on by, so move Krabby up to P number 2, move the 99 of Shad back to P3. Chevy's still staying right there in the fold. Looks like he's actually able to get into the corner just a little bit better than Shad, or it could be that Shad is just really taking care of his tires. He might be thinking about or worried about the long run, or he might have started off just a little too tight or a little too loose. You think about these coming off of these corners, they are going to be pretty tight. At least turns 1 and 2 are. It's almost like a hairpin. It's just like the same turn that you'd find at the end of Sonoma or something like that, or very, very similar to it. So you really got to be hard on the brakes, and you can't be too loose coming off the corner, because as the truck gets lighter and you wear out that right rear, you could start to slide around a bit.
Absolutely, and I've been thinking about it because I haven't done trucks around this place on presets before. I've done a few custom races here or there, but for trucks, typically in Cup, guys go preset 1 around here just to save that right rear tire, make sure that you're as stable as you can be in a long run. But from here, trucks, they're heavier, they're much tighter, they're a pain to get through in the corner. So I think maybe you'll see some different answers. Maybe we'll see some guys go with the standard 1. Maybe we can see some guys go to like a 4 maybe under presets. Who knows? We'll find it out after the race. But I'm very curious to see how these guys are adjusting their cars over the course of the race to help them adapt to their presets.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be interesting, and maybe throughout the race, during one of these stages, we can pull a driver in and ask them, what kind of adjustments they've been able to make and what they've been able to see out of the track. It's a night race The only heat on the track is just their tires. That's it. I mean, the air temperature. Well, here I am thinking it's iRacing. Never mind. I was gonna say the air
There you
temperature
go.
does cool off the track, but no, not so much. Driving on board right now with the 74 of Owen Cornett, one of NNR's United States Marines. As you can see from the side of the truck, got that red, white, and blue skirt. Pretty cool, kind of fitting for him. Cornett is like forever late to any last minute practices or almost qualifying half the time because he has final formation. He literally falls out of formation, runs up to his barracks, and he's able to, or not, maybe not his barracks, but his room, his dorm, and he jumps online. That's literally how quick this all has to happen for him. So sometimes the first laps that Owen Cornett is able to turn is right when they actually get to the race. So big props for this United States Marine, and Cornett, brother to brother, thank you very much for your service, buddy, if you go back and watch this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cornett, for all your service. And I mean, it's really cool to see. I think TN Vols also. I think he may have had some service too. I think he's in Korea, I believe.
Yep,
so
you got it.
we're seeing. I think Eli also is trying to work, trying to get himself into the Air Force. So definitely have some really well-rounded individuals here in the NNR Racing League, and that's what makes this league so special. And I don't know how else to respond to that. I mean, I think, let me see where Owen Cornett is on the track. He's going through turns 1 and 2 right behind Mike, doing a pretty good job there in that 74 truck. It's very hard to get around this track, but he's holding a pretty good line so far. Heading down the back stretch, touches the wall a little bit. Now, when you're going through this wall here, I want to make sure you don't hit that gap in the wall. I've done that before in a few races, and it's not pretty. You're going to end up damaging your car pretty bad. It's going to be hard to recover from it. So we're going to have to see if these guys have a lapse in concentration and make a mistake there, because it's pretty easy to do so.
Yeah, it really is, and that was actually something that Swats and a couple others warned everybody about. You're going to want to stay away from that. And as you were talking about, TN Vols actually went ahead and picked him up, rocking this this number 10 JJCR Jennifer Joe Cobb Racing School Chevy Silverado. And also, as you said that, old Miss Bama dropped into chat. Bama, good to see you as well. Experts Racing, he's still out there exchanging pleasantries between the two. So yeah, it's I'm trying to remember this guy that just now popped in the chat, Gaming with Pete. I would think it was my nephew. I'm not 100% sure.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I thought you were gonna say it's great. I'm like, it's great. Of course.
I know my nephew Izzy created a tag, something like that, or something something close, but I could be wrong. But yeah, Gaming with Pete checked into chat saying, "Get it, boys." And these guys they've been getting it since the drop of the green. Next time either Cowboy or Swats or one of these guys comes on by, I'll go ahead and grab that stage or lap count for you. Looks like it's 19 laps left, and man, lucky I did it again. I got all wrapped up in saying hello and getting everybody in here. I forgot to put up our first stage flag, so there it is, ladies and gents. And I actually want to go back to Vols for a second. This guy right here, last week or a couple weeks ago, he got a hold of NNR Coe, the overall community owner for NNR, and said, "Hey, I heard you got some nice new hats. I'd like to buy a few from you." And I told Vols, I was like, a few. I said those hats are like $40 a piece or something like that. They're really, really nice material. They fit really well. But he says, no, that's fine. I want to go ahead and I want to buy 4 of them. These are the hats that NNR has right now that Vols had bought 4 of them. He gave one to his wife. Coe had already shipped it. She sent a picture back wearing it, says she likes it and all that. And each winner from this week is going to get one of these hats. So tonight for the truck race, we're going to give away one of these. in the Xfinity race tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern, we're going to give away one of these. And then on Thursday night, when the Cup guys take their turn around Gateway, right around 8:30 Eastern, the winner of that race is going to get one of them as well. All courtesy of the one and only TN Vols. So Vols, thank you very, very much for your continued support of NNR and just being one hell of a round out guy. So definitely appreciate you, sir.
Absolutely, that's a very kind gesture from Foles there. A very he's a giving person in this community. He's always out there, whether it's doing commentary for leagues or always looking out for other people. I think that's just a very kind of thing that Terry's done for the whole community there. And saying that, I want to win one of those hats on Thursday, so if we can do that, that'd be really cool.
That's right. I forgot you're in. Yeah, I don't know why I can't get it stuck in this melon on the top of my head that you race on Thursday nights. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while, man. It definitely feels weird. It's pretty awesome to be a part of the NNR family. It's kind of hard to see myself even being a preset driver, but yeah, it's something. Yeah, love racing here and love the challenge of running presets, and hopefully Thursday I have a good solid run there and try and get one of those hats. But anyway, it looks like we see some guys heading into the pits. I couldn't quite make out the guy there. Yep, Chevy running in 4th place prior to that. Makes an early pit stop there, probably trying to split the stage a little bit, maybe to have some fresher tires towards the end. These guys, looking at Swat's stream right now, these guys are going to be about 2.5 laps short on fuel. So, and it doesn't look like anybody's trying to save any fuel. So Swat's trying to get an early pit stop right now, trying to jump these guys before they make their pit stops.
Well, I tell you what, it's. I would think you would. I mean, I know the equipment that you've got. You've got that really, really nice Fanatec equipment, the wheel, the pedal, the shifter, and all that. So you would think that somebody out there with one of those shifters, knowing that you're only 3 laps short, I don't think the leader is going to be able to catch you if you stay out. And then just go on in at the end, grab the fuel, grab the Eagle Feel Goods, come on back out. Right now, Swats has 13 laps to go from when he just came on by the line, and there's 10 laps left remaining. I would think that if they're going to try to do it on one stop or try to go all the way, it's very, very close. You'd have to start backing it down really early.
Absolutely, and I think the thing that makes the saving fuel is harder is we're on presets. We can't really do much with our gears, fortunately. A lot of us hate the fuel saving and how manipulative it can be with the gears, so it definitely helps in that aspect. I see 2 other cars exiting the pits. You got Cornet and Falls exiting the pits. Falls made a little mistake there, but I think too, Gateway is a very hard track to save fuel at, in my personal opinion. You can save fuel, but I find it very challenging. The revs are pretty high. You go up the RPMs pretty quickly. You're almost reaching, I don't know what these trucks with the max is, maybe over 8,000 RPM. So it becomes pretty challenging to save fuel, even if you have to shift or so. Some guys may decide, hey, it's not worth it. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty surprised that not a lot of guys have tried to make the fuel strategy work. But who knows? We may see some guys come out of nowhere and get some stage points.
Now, I know NNR doesn't mandate practicing before we actually get to the night of the race anymore. They kind of did away with that at the end of last season. Have you run any laps here at Gateway to prepare for Thursday night's race?
Not yet. However, I have had experience racing here before. On presets, I have done an SXRL race, another preset league, and was running pretty much a 3rd place car. And I'm not the best at this track, honestly, and I was racing against Brooks and Rose too. So 2 of the best when it comes to running on the presets. I don't quite have the experiences they do, but I think there's a lot for me to learn around here. They were running, I think, a 1. I was running a 2. I was just really struggling. But I think I learned that was probably my biggest mistake. The long run is key. You want to make sure you have some really good, solid long run speed to maneuver your way through the field. I think that's just really important. And have a general consensus of what it'll handle throughout the course of the race. But I think with saying that, practice is going to be very important. So I think tomorrow I'm going to hop on and run some laps there, along with some Indy Road laps for the Winter Heat Series coming up shortly. And yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be hard. I'm ready for the challenge. Just hope that learn some stuff from the SXRL race and give a good fight up towards the front.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that you'll give it your best and give it your all. That's just the kind of person, the kind of driver that you are. We're kind of keeping up right there with the 99 of Shad and the 23 and more than the Cape that we're keeping up, or that we're riding along with right now. And Shad absolutely came up behind him with a on some brand new tires. Either that or Cape is just having an issue getting his truck to turn, because Shad just about completely pushed him all the way through the corners. So let's see, riding on, still kind of looking on with the 51. I'm going to go ahead and pull him up right now. NNR
His
Swats.
tires.
Swats
His
has
tires.
not pit yet, and that's exactly what I was going to get at. His tires are screaming at him. But if you look back behind him as he comes across the start stripe right there, there's 7 laps to go. He's only got 5 laps of fuel. He has not saved enough. And if he did try it, I think he needed to do it earlier. As you see the 13 come on out, and there goes Swats now signaling that he's going to go ahead and bring it on down pit road this time. So I think he might have learned something for stage 2. We'll have to see as he takes a little bit of Dan the Lawn Man's job cutting that grass, getting down to the apron all the way around through 3 and 4, coming on down to pit road, bringing that rowdy energy Tundra to the attention of the crew for the first time. Swat's able to stay out the longest. Will stage 2 be a little bit different of a story? Can he grab max stage points? We'll have to see where he finishes later, but good attempt by him, just a little too late.
Definitely a good attempt there at strategy, but I mean, if you're looking at a stream, I don't think fuel is can't speak. It's back again. I don't think the fuel is the issue. I think if you look at that, when he was entering the pit road, 1% on the right rear tire, that's pretty bad. I mean, especially when he had quite a few laps left on the tires. He had 38% on the left side tires and 45 on the right front. So a very massive split in tire wear across all 4 tires. So to me, this is seemingly, I mean, I knew it was a tire track before, but man, with these trucks, it really eats up that right rear. So it's going to be all down to these guys to make sure that they tighten their cars up good for the short run to make them last for a longer duration of time.
Yeah, and that, I mean, I didn't pick up on that part of his menu, so I'm glad you did. If he only had 1% left on the right front, but yet he still had, a few laps of fuel left in the tank, this is obviously going to be a game of tires versus fuel. If they can't go all the way on that right front, there's really no sense in even worrying about what you got in the tank. You might as well just go as fast as you can, but keeping that right front or that right rear, depending on how much you're pushing it, coming off the corner to have something for the end of the run.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's what makes tracks like these very challenging. And I tell you what, it frustrates all of us racers. Trying to make sure that we have, because we want to have the fastest cars possible. We want to make sure that we have a nice short run car. We just want to go fast, right? But you have to think bigger picture here. You have to be prepared for everything, and in this instance, sometimes you have to take some speed out of the car in order to go faster over the full course of the race. You have to think about that in the long run. You don't want to end up, pitting more than your other rival and stuff like that. So, in a way, it's frustrating, but at the same time, it's what makes tracks like these so much fun, because you have to really think of every possible scenario. It takes a lot, of skill, I guess, pretty much, in order to save all the tires you have, just pretty much keep everything under control. As Shadow gets very loose on turn 1 there, trying to close up on Swats as the 38 of Bowling is starting to close back. Well, I can't speak. He's starting to close the gap down to the 99 of Shadow.
Yeah, 99 of Shadowlax, your leader. Bowling in this 38 right behind him. I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna guess that the 51 probably only took right side tires to preserve as much time as he could out on the track. But right now, this is the battle for max points. These are also a couple of the guys that are very, very close in points in the overall season standings, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up NNRleague.com, which, by the way, guys and gals out there, if you want to see exactly where all your buddies are in points, go on over. Again, NNRleague.com. And in just a moment, I'll put the put the link in the chat as well. But right now, Bowling is sitting with 330 points, and Cadillac is a mere 56 points, 6 points behind him. But then a big old deficit back to third and on, where you're talking at least 3 digits. But that's the end of stage number 1. It looks like it's going to be the 99 of Cadillac to go ahead and get it done right there. The 38 of Bowling, he's going to grab P2. Not 100% sure right now who grabbed P3. We'll go ahead and get back to our streams, pick up back with everybody else, and get back to where we belong. But, yeah, we'll pick back up with Cowboy. He's got about 30 seconds to go. So, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. If you're still out there watching, thank you very, very much for continuing to subscribe and support my channel. I absolutely appreciate it. We've been growing by leaps and bounds. But, man, thank you very, very much. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right, here we are, Lucky Dog. We are back and ready to roll. Guys are... There we go. And this time I won't forget to let everybody know we are now starting stage number 2. Lucky, take us green.
Going green here to start of stage 2. Shadow, I did not have a good pit stop there. Fell all the way back down to 3rd place. You got Bowling now taking the lead. Once again, trying to recover from stage 1, trying to get that max points here in this 2nd stage. Look at that. We got NNR Cowboy running in 2nd place. The highest we've seen him run all day. Doing a pretty good job here so far. He's running 2nd, trying to catch up to the 38 and end up passing him, but leading the first lap of stage 2 will be the 38 of NNR Bowling. We'll see how these guys adapt to the conditions here in stage 2, see what they can do to make their trucks even better.
Aviator, thank you very much for coming out, buddy. Good to see you. And also, thank you very much for the gifted sub to the one and only Rock NASCAR. Normally, I take care of that to make sure that Rock is taken care of, at least here in NNR. And I guess his subscription had expired. So thank you very much, Rock. Thank you very much, Aviator. Absolutely appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying your time up north. I'm guessing you're still home for the holidays, but buddy, thanks again.
Absolutely, thank you, Eli, and thank you for watching, man. Also, I think we had a little bit of an incident happen towards the back of the field. Looking at the stream here, Swats ended up having a pretty big, hefty accident. I saw him stop on the track, and looking at the damage, he has some significant aerodynamic damage. Also has some radiator damage. I'm not too sure if he took a pit stop yet. I'm trying to find him right now. But he got involved with somebody. You see there, he's lonely all by himself there, heading towards turn 3. Got quite a bit of damage. He may start to overheat a little bit soon with that radiator damage. So it's going to be pretty hard for him. He's going to have to be hoping for a caution here in order to save his race. But not a great start to stage 2 for the 51 truck.
Now we'll definitely have to keep up with Swats. He is carrying one of our onboards again. Right now, we've been kind of watching a little bit of a battle back here between the 13 of Garrett and the 74 of Own Cornette. There was a 3-way to this party, but the 24 of Cape has since been able to kind of break away. Break away and start trying to track down the middle of this field. Garrett got a little loose, hit those rumble strips just a little too hard. That's going to allow 74 to get on by. So now that pack, or that trio that were 3 wide just a few short laps ago, now all single wide, keeping up with the 23 of Cape. Looks like he's gonna, well, kind of look like maybe he's gonna short pit, come on down pit road, but he's just having some problems. Now back with the 51 of Swats. You mentioned that he had some issues. Well, I'll tell you what, Lucky, looking at the front end of this rowdy 51, he's absolutely got some front end damage, and with how sharp these corners are, I'm sure it's going to make that 51 very, very tight to turn.
Yeah, Yeah, he's gonna need a 40-acre field in order to make it through the track there with how bad that front end is banged up. He's hitting the wall off turn 4, and there's not much you can do in that situation. I mean, no matter how hard your car is damaged, it's just really hard to maintain speed. I don't know what happened, but if you look, I'm on board with the 52 car. They just passed through turn 1. You see how that safer barrier wall kind of sticks out into turn 1. Maybe he was in a good side-by-side battle and ended up clipping that wall because he was stopped in turns 1 and 2 for a little bit. Maybe he ended up hitting that safer barrier that was sticking out. Maybe had that car spiral out of control potentially. Not quite too sure though, because that is also a mistake that we can see guys do. However, talking about that 52 of Mike, he is running 6th place. He's got what I believe see the 98 there of Papa Bear making a move for 6th place there, so he overtakes him. You got Tien Vols out there in the top 5, so having a pretty good battle there so far, trying to go for a top 5 spot in this race.
Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, I was riding along with the 52 of Mike T24, and it looks like on the front end of this Toyota Tundra, it's no damage, nothing like that. But he is absolutely looks like he's a bit loose under braking. We saw the 98 of Pop Bear go on by him on the outside. Now Pop Bear is all over the back end of that 10 truck of Tien Vols. Vols trying to really keep that truck low all the way into and through and off the corner, and then letting it wash out towards the wall without getting too far. Make sure he doesn't hit any of those parts of the wall that stick out. Kind of reminds me of a couple of tracks. Vols kicked up just a little bit. Pop Bear trying to look underneath, and that has absolutely brought the 52 back into the battle as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you see there, that's a prime example too of also why you don't want to use the curbs around this track. The curbs are, see there, really unsettles the car. It'll make it just unstable, make it loose, make it a little tight. The curbs aren't flat; they're pretty thick. They're kind of raised a little bit, so you can't really use those for rotation. You just have to rely on your own car and own the truck, as I say, and how well it rotates. So really have to try and stay away from those. It's almost like hitting the apron on any other track. So it's really important to make sure that you try to stay clear from those curves there. As NNR Chevy fell back a little bit. You see him moving up into 7th place right now, trying to recover from, I think, that short pit that he had in stage 1 there. So he's trying to make his way back up to the top 5.
Yeah, very possible. A couple of guys that we saw have some issues earlier. One you pointed out, the other I pointed out. Both the 51 of Swats and the 23 of Cape have both just been recently back down pit road. So they're going to work their way on out. Let's see if these adjustments that they're able to get in will help the stability of their trucks now. And next time they come on by the start stripe, I'll go ahead and grab a lap count for us one more time. Again, the laps fly by pretty quick. And oh, by the way, Lucky Dog, not quite sure if you heard or not, or if you're kind of keeping an eye on the NNR Discord last week, at either the end of last week or this week. But you guys are running 100% this Thursday night. So if you're going to be in the field trying to win one of those hats, you're absolutely going to want to make sure you got something in you before the race starts, because it's gonna be a little bit. 20 laps remaining here in stage number 2. 38 of Bowling leading, 99 of Cadillac right now sitting in P2. He just got past the 19. Right now you see a battle behind Cadillac here between the 24 of Krabby Soup and the 19 of Cowboy. So right now it's 38, 99, 19, and 24 is your top 4.
If you heard me scream there, Papa Bear hit the curb and spun out right in front of the pack that was right around him and almost got T-boned off turn 4. So I was saying my prayers there. I did not want him to get hit. That almost was a caution there. So unfortunately there wasn't a caution from that accident. But anyway, yeah, back to what you were saying about the 100% race. Hey, I'm all for it. I like endurance races. I like the aspect of long distance race to kind of test your I'm trying to find a word for you.
Mental fortitude.
There's another word I was looking for, and it's pretty embarrassing that I forgot about it because it's a word I like to use a little bit. I don't know. It's just a really good test of the driver and how long they'll last over the full distance of a race. It's all about patience, trying to take your time, and that's what I really like about it. Did a 100% race there for eSpark, and we ended up victorious there. So hopefully, he can take that luck moving forward. But anyway, looking through, it seems like the top four is relatively spread out. You see, Bowling has made some really good adjustments for the stage, putting out a pretty sizable lead on the 99. 99 has a sizable lead on the 24. And the 24 has a little bit of a gap to the 19. So 24, but running really solid, I must say. The 24 has really done his homework over the off season or the break, I should say. We've been seeing him run towards the back half of the top 10, being a consistent top 10 driver. I think he had a second place run at Bristol, if I remember. But now this is like the first time we're really seeing him run well inside the top 5. So really awesome to see that Hooters 24 truck inside the top 5 or top 3, I should say, running a really strong race.
Yeah, absolutely, Krabby. He's been like you said, pretty consistent, pretty stable inside the back half of the top 10, maybe bottom half of the lower 15, something like that. But between 10th and 15th. But yeah, he's done a great job tonight. He's brought out this old Hooters truck. This is the truck that Chase Elliott had to try to race and keep ahead of Kyle Busch or go ahead and win the bounty. I believe it was at Darlington not too long ago or last season. So he's doing a pretty good job right here at Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, Krabby Soup so far very, very healthy. Top 3, top 5 night. We'll have to see if it continues. Definitely appreciate Krabby's involvement in my channel. Aviator wants to know who's led the most laps so far, and I think Experts of Racing, I think Experts of Racing's answer was right on target. It's pretty much been the 38 of Bowling. Really no big surprise there. Bowling has been dominant most of the season. And speaking of the season here, Lucky, tonight marks the start of the second half of the NNR season. So it's all downhill from here, but from here on out, it also gets to be a bit more exciting because we're going to start talking about the that playoff run. It'll be here before you know it. As it looks like got a truck or two around on track. Whether it actually brings out the caution or not, we'll have to see. But so far, still riding along with 24. He's still in the throttle.
Absolutely, and it's it's pretty cool how we had that long break and it split in half. So we had that first half, but now the second half is really the start of the crunch time. You have to really focus on your trying to get yourself better and better, try to work towards getting to the playoffs, and from there try to get yourself to the championship position. So really cool, and this will be a great measure to really see how people have improved and kind of see how they're just gonna treat this, I guess, in a way, how they're really gonna use this as motivation to keep pushing and keep moving forward. And some little news here: the 38 truck of NNR Bowling has entered the pits. The 99 and the 24 have stayed out. We'll see if they respond to that by pitting in this time. And it looks like they're going to stay out an extra lap or so. So these guys are going to try and do the overcut, try and pit later, and then pounce on fresher tires. So we'll see how that works for them.
Well, 99 still showing he's the leader, just hasn't been taken over as of yet. Right now, riding along with the 10 of Vols. Experts want to know if Terry was in 4th. I'm not 100% sure where Vols is on track. I do see the 24 right behind him, so it's very, very possible. Oh, by the way, Dan Aviator says you and him got some digging to do in order to make the top 4. I don't think you're going to have any kind of a problem, but I just got to say, Lucky, be careful whatever information you give to old Aviator. He is a 2-time champ. You don't want him using your setup against you. So, although I'm not saying that he needs help, not at all. Aviator's the man on the track, but yeah, he's going for 3 in a row. We'll have to see as the season progresses.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding there. Aviator won't need any help, that's for sure. You won't need any help. But yeah, he is not wrong. We have a lot of work to do. If I'm going to look at the standings right here in a little bit, me and Aviator didn't start out the season. We haven't run all the races. We've been both very, we've been working very hard in college and school, making sure that we have some good grades. Just really working hard to just make sure that we have just a successful college semester, and I think we've both done a really good job of that. Now, as it started to lighten up, we started to get back into the racing groove and try to go out there and run for a championship. So he's currently 11th in points. He's inside the playoff. He's currently in the playoffs right now, heading towards the second half of the season. But still, that's not a really comfortable position. I am in 15th, so I have a lot of work to do. But there's not really a big points gap, so a good solid result here will put me inside. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do in order to run up there and make it to the top 4.
I have no doubt that you both can. I mean, like you just mentioned, Aviator, he didn't run all season. He started the season as part time, saying, "Hey, I'll make it whenever I can, whenever I'm able to fit it in with my schoolwork and whatnot." But since then, he's Aviator is a model of consistency. There's really no other way to describe him besides strong, a very winning driver, and highly competitive, very clean on the track. So there's I could never ever think of anything negative to say or think about Aviator, and that's why he's a two-time champ. He's good on the track, and he has the respect of his peers. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Gonna keep going through the field here. Like you said, more and more people getting on pit road and working their way off. Excuse me, 1 second. I'm gonna grab another swig of cough syrup, another Halls, and we'll keep the action out here on track with you, Dan.
Absolutely. So one of the things that happened recently is the 99 is exiting pit road. He made his pit stop, and there's a truck right in front of him there. I can't quite make out the number. Just stopped right in front of him on the exit of the pits there. So what just going on with that truck in front of him? Just he didn't even go. I was pretty baffling there. But so we'll have to see if the 99 has any front end damage from that as a result. But the 52 goes around his outside. I don't really know if he's the leader yet. I got to look at the stream here. I'm not too sure if he's the leader.
24 Krabby Soup right now is in the lead.
24 is a crap. Yeah, he'll be the leader right now. I don't know if he's made a pit stop yet. He's now in the pits right now as I say that. So here comes the 24. Entering the pits right now. Probably going to take 4 tires, maybe 2. I'm not too sure. It depends on how the tire is for him. But he's making his pit stop right now. See how short it is. Maybe in 3, 2, 1. He'll be exiting. No, he's not. So probably taking 4 tires right here. He's going to exit the pits really shortly. Here he comes, exiting the pits. And 45 miles per hour speed. Gateway. There comes the 99. He exits the pits right now. The leader, I believe. So, actually, no, the 13 is the leader, so he's staying out longer. But I think the effective race leader would be the 99 of SWATs. And looks like the 19 and 52 have moved up through the order. They would be effective second and third when this all cycles out. So, very interesting little race order we got going on.
Yeah, right now, kind of still waiting for green flag pit stops to continue. Your current leader, until everything cycles through, is the 74. Looks like he just missed the entrance to pit road, cutting across the grass just a little bit. Did the kind of the same thing that Vols did. Took it across the grass just a little. Guessing he, giving a little bit too much wheel. And again, took a little bit of Dan the Lawn Man's job, bringing back the hedgerows just a little bit. But we're gonna cycle it all back out, and until somebody passes the 74, which is on pit road right now, he is still the leader until old 99 just re-inherited it back. So 99 doing a phenomenal job.
Okay.
He's about been the only real challenger for bowling tonight.
98 spins off the exit of pit road there into the inside wall. Haven't seen a mistake like that before, but Papa Bear has not been having a good second stage at all. He had that incident off turn 4, hitting the curb and exiting the pits, hits the inside wall. Man, it's been a tough day for Papa Bear. Daytona winner not having a great time, not having a good return back to the Truck Series here. Unfortunate for him, but hey, we still got another stage left. A lot can happen there, especially who knows, there could be fuel or tire conservation problems. So hopefully he can still keep racing here. And as I thought, yep, the 99 is the leader right now. Bowling must have had a terrible pit stop or something because, or he may have even sped potentially, I'm not too sure. He would had a very comfortable lead on the 99. Now he is seconds behind, maybe even a straightaway behind the 99 truck of Cadillac. So something has gone terribly wrong in the stage. But the way it looks right now, it's looking like Cadillac is going to dominate both stages right now. He's looking to get stage 2 potentially, but still we have I think about 5 laps to go, maybe 4 laps to go in this stage. But the 24 on fresher tires is going to try and close up to that 99.
Yeah, the 99 is in very, very clear control. Been riding along with the 10 of Vols for a little bit, just kind of seeing what kind of line he's been running, and he looked bad fast. I mean, he is getting down as far as he can without really upsetting the truck, but meanwhile still using a bit of the rumble strips. But he's got that 99 right behind him, so I'm guessing something happened with Vols, and he's going to be able to stay on the lead lap. That is the end of stage number 2. Krabby Soup came second. Mike T, NNR Cowboy fourth. Bowling is going to round out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's go to nnrleague.com, take a look around, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back again. NNRleague.com for any and all information regarding your favorite NNR drivers. And again, go on over, take a look at the Zazzle tab. All kinds of merchandise available there. And man, I tell you what, we're going to be talking about those hats again here in just a moment. Which one of the winner will receive. Right now, 99 is going to take the green. He is the control car. 24 Krabby Soup to his outside. It looks like who is that right there? It's going to be the 52 that you were talking about earlier. Was in P3, but just pounded the outside wall. Took away all the momentum. Kind of stacked up the field a little bit. And away we go. But 24 now has the lead, and 19 is on the inside of Shad. Great battle here for top 3, Dan.
Check that out. The 24 Krabby Soup caught Cadillac napping on the restart, using that higher line to his advantage around this track. Typically, you can use that to your advantage, try to get the run off the corner. Keeping that guy on the inside, they can't get a good run off the corner. They can't use up all the track, so a very, very good restart there by the 24 Krabby Soup. He takes himself up to the top spot, and 99 Cadillac is just dropping back on the rock. He's fallen from first to fourth here in these past 2 laps. Moving to 19 to 38, up into second and third, respectively.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's see. We got, I think that was either 80 or 85 laps remaining here in the final stage. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, final stage, stage 3 is in. So the 99, 24, 38, 19, they've all been pretty much the class of the field so far. Have to see if they hang on, but right now 99 seems like he might be having some problems, or lucky he might just have a long run truck. He might just be waiting for that truck to come in.
Yeah, he could have a long run truck. I'm waiting it right now. I'm gonna look at SWAT stream to get a fuel read, because who knows, this could be a dreaded fuel race. You never know, unfortunately. So I'm looking to see when he crosses the line what the fuel read. But anyway, yeah, it looks like he's now starting to get back to rhythm, starting to bump draft. He at 38. Never thought I'd be saying that. Push the 38 around, trying to get him to have a little bit of acceleration there. And we should be coming to 84 laps to go, I believe. So potential fuel mileage, I think. I think we may be a little close on fuel here. So some guys might want to try and save a lap, a stint. So I think we'll have to pay attention to see who is keeping an eye out on their fuel mileage to get themselves a good strategy.
Yeah, well, Swats right now has 25 laps left in the tank. You figure they've run about 5 laps, so we'll just say they get just about an even 30 laps on a full tank of fuel. We both know already that they can't go 30 laps on their tires. Earlier Swats had to come in earlier in stage 1. Maybe he was trying to save a little bit, maybe not, maybe just ill handling. We won't know. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him in post race. But it's if it's 30 laps per tank, everybody will have to stop 2 more times in order to complete stage 3.
Yeah, just looking at that, maybe they could. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a fuel strategy situation, but maybe a tire scenario. So I think these guys forgot about that. I mentioned that very early on in this broadcast that tires are such an important, crucial part of the race. So I think it's all about maybe trying to save the right rear. Maybe that's what the 99 truck is doing. I think he may have tightened his car up so much on a short run just to make sure that his right rear tire can last the full stint. So that's a very interesting strategy call. We'll have to see if that works out. We haven't had any cautions today, so it may work out in his favor because this is not really much of a caution track. This track always provides some great racing, so I think it's going to work out for him. The question is if the guys in front of him are taking care of their tires right now. But it doesn't look like it right now because the 38 makes a move on the inside of the 24, just shoots by him. A very convincing overtake from the 38 truck of NNR Bowling. Wow, he made that move pretty quick throughout the one corner. Probably one of the most challenging parts of the track there.
Yeah, something tells me the 24 said, you know what, Bowling, you want to go ahead and ruin your tires? Go right ahead. I'm here for the hat. I'm here for the long haul. Speaking of that hat, I'll go ahead and show y'all again. About 2 weeks ago, during one of the races, Vols, we were kind of talking about some new hats that Coey had picked up with the NNR No Name Racing, and Vols went ahead and purchased a bunch of them. He sent one to his wife, and then he left Coey in charge of 3 more. Said, you know what, Coey, I love y'all at NNR. Thank you very much for giving me a chance to come out, hang out, race, broadcast, commentate, whatever. You go ahead and you give away the other 3 hats. The hats that he's given away are these right here. Beautiful. I love the bold, and as my buddy NNR Mountain or Mountaineers 13 once said, rep your NNR red. That's what you hear in those 2 commercials that he built for me. Rep your NNR red. Well, what better way to rep that NNR red on top of your head where everybody's going to see it? But again, very, very nice looking hat. And thank you very much again, Vols, for donating these. Very, very appreciated. Rock NASCAR says, happy birthday to his neighbor, Krabby Soup. That's right, Rock and Krabby, both native Marylanders. And speaking of Vols, there he is, out there in chat saying he lagged out with a top 5 truck. Well, Vols, you are absolutely welcome if you want to come up to the booth and hang out with me and Lucky. It'd be good to talk to you, buddy. It's up to you, though. Rick James, what's happening, buddy? How are you? Thanks for the bits, bud. Go ahead, Lucky. Sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, all good. I was gonna say, very frustrating way to exit the race, especially the connection. It's it's just gut wrenching. It's a difficult way, especially when you put all that work into it and have a strong truck like Vols did. It's definitely a hard way to end up leaving the race. But anyway, looking at towards the front of the field here, seems like Bowling, he's really starting to stretch out his lead and stretch out his advantage right now. Putting it pretty well right now, starting to extend his gap on the 24 truck, and the 24 truck is falling into the clutches of the 19 of, I think that's Cowboy. So Cowboy running a really good race right now, and yeah, there he goes. 24 lets him through, so 24 is starting to think a little proactive, I think. I think he's starting to see the 99 fall back a bit. I think the 99 is saving his tires, saving a little bit of fuel in the process too. I think he's responding to that, trying to follow the same strategy to be on the same page, because that 99 truck has won both stages tonight, has led the most laps, has been the strongest truck overall, I think, when it comes to strategy.
Yeah, he has been extremely strong, especially in the late run. And as you said, that could be exactly what he's trying to do. Redneck 193 and Brom 93246. Gentlemen, thank you both very much for the follow. Welcome to the NNR Truck Series, starting off the second half of their season with this race right here at Gateway. Make sure you leave those notifications on so you know every time we go green. The Xfinity Series will be live tomorrow night right around 8:30 Eastern. And then on Thursday night, the Cup guys will take their turn around this place as well. You're absolutely not going to want to miss it. But, yeah, Vols, buddy, thank you. Thank you very much for everything that you've done and everything that you helped me with. But above all, buddy, while you're in South Korea, man, thank you very much for your service. If I had on one of those hats, I'd tip my hat to you, but I don't. But no, Vols, thank you very much, sir.
And starting to, let's probably look not so much in the front, let's look at some other areas of the track here. Let's see, Chevy having a tough go right now. We remember in the opening parts of the race, he was running in 4th place, was having a solid truck to get a podium finish, but now he's mired deep in the pack here, so very unfortunate for him so far, but I'm pretty confident that he's going to have I think he's still, I don't know actually, I think he's looking really loose on track. He may have been running with a higher preset, but I think he'll still get a top 10 out of this. I think he'll still have a good result, but I mean, with how he started and how he started this race, I think he's still, it's a good sign. His pace has improved throughout the season, and I think if he gets a late race caution or something, I think he may end up being a beneficiary from that, because he definitely has the speed around here. I don't know what's happened to him, if he had a bad pit stop early on or got some involved incidents, just not a good setup right now, but having a difficult afternoon right now at Gateway.
I tell you what, somebody's about to have a pretty difficult afternoon. The 24 Krabby Soup. I think it might be holding up the 99 of Shadlac just a little bit. Shad went deep into the corner where Krabby had checked up, made contact to the back bumper of that Hooters Silverado, and now you see the 99 working on by. So, Lucky, do you think when the 24 took off early in the beginning of stage number 3, he might have used up his stuff a little bit, maybe trying to extend the lead to where he had a little bit of a gap that he'd be able to maintain, get on the throttle when he really needed to if he felt like he was being run down? Or do you think he just tried to deal with what he had at that point rather? Do you think it's possibly in his setup as we see the 99 catch up to and pass the 19? The only car that's left that has actually passed the 99, and now he needs to pass them back, is the 38 of Bowling, way up there in P number 1.
The thing about strategies too is you go into the stage, or go into a race, or in a restart, and you have an idea you're going to run hard, you're going to try and get the lead, and 24 did there. I think what may have happened with the 24, he got the lead, he's feeling good, he starts to see his rival, his closest competitor, I should say, the 99, start to fall back. Sometimes you react to how other drivers react on the racetrack. Maybe you start to think, oh, maybe they're trying to save fuel, they're trying to save tires. You start to think that, and then you start to think, oh, maybe I don't need to lead the race anymore. So you might want to, conserve what you have and try to follow their strategy. Because the worst thing to do is be off cycle from your nearest competitor. So I think what he's trying to do, I think he's honestly responding to the 99. Probably was hoping for a caution of some sorts, maybe just trying to put a big gap in and have the race lead. But I think in this case, I think he's just trying to respond to the 99, do what he does. He started to see him fall back, and now he's trying to follow what he's doing.
It's absolutely possible. And as Shad and them come across the line, it comes down to 66 laps remaining, 38 of Bowling up in the lead, and it's definitely possible. But most of these NNR drivers, it's one thing that they are very accustomed to is long green flag runs. The caution flag in NNR waves very seldomly. So I don't know how much practice time these guys put into the track with the holidays and all that, but clearly the class of the field, the top four, the 38, the 99, the 19, and the 24 came the most prepared. But that still, when the cream rises to the top, 38 still got the lead tonight and the overall points lead here as we start to wind down in the series. Again, tonight marks the start of the second half of this NNR season.
Yeah, maybe that 38 truck knows something we don't know. He may actually be running. Maybe everyone's running hard here, but I don't know. I think that 99 is saving his stuff. I think he made sure that he gave up some time in that short run to gain it back in the long run here, and you're seeing that 99 start to close in on the 38 a little bit. So
Yep.
I'm not quite too sure. That's what makes racing on this track very interesting. As a viewer, as a commentator, you don't know what to expect here. So very intrigued to see how all the strategies will pan out. I think we're in for a treat in terms of how this finish will end up.
Lucky, we talked about something earlier. We said, at the start of the stage 3, we figured that they might have about 30 laps of fuel in their tires. I'm sorry, fuel in their truck. But the right front tire more than likely was not going to be able to make it. Looking at Cowboy Matt's or NNR Cowboys stream right now, he's got 12% on the right rear and 6 laps to go in the tank. If they can't make the full fuel run, if they can't make all 30 laps, give or take, that's going to add into another pit stop at the end or tack on to whatever's left. So it could be a very long run actually coming to the eventual checkers, not a short run, because if it's 30 and 30, that's 60. They came to stage 3 with 85 laps to go, I think was the count. So we might actually be looking at another 20 to 25 laps to wind down the last fuel run. So it really could ultimately come down to tire wear and somebody having enough tread on either that right front or that right rear to complete the final lap. So it really could get interesting at the end. Vols, buddy, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Man, I really do appreciate you, but don't let this game get under your skin. You are more important of a person. You take care of more important things than a NASCAR Heat 5 game. Don't let it get under your skin, brother. Don't worry about it. But all the same, man, thank you very much. Let's see. Combat Beast, what's happening, sir? Good to see you out there. More Than a Cape also talking about tire wear. And just as we talk about that, the 19 and the 24 Lucky both signaling that they're coming down pit road this time. You see the 19 make the turn into the access road, heading towards the pits, heading towards the attention of his crew for those 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods. Fill it up all the way with that Sunoco E15 fuel. Come on back out, and hopefully you haven't lost too much time on the track.
Absolutely, and I think, what makes this pit road so hard is that you're braking whilst cornering at the same time, and it's not a banking, it's a flat. The apron's flat, so, and also too, what makes it harder is there's no pit line. The pit line that is shown, that's not where the pit road speed starts. The pit road speed starts when the barrier towards the left begins. So it becomes a challenge for these drivers to pinpoint when they need to be hitting pit speed, and that's why we see how pit road is so challenging on this track. And everyone here has done a really great job. They've done their work. They've done their practice when it comes to pit road and not speeding. They've done an awesome job with that, because I'll tell you what, it is very hard to get the car slowed down and know exactly where the pit quote-unquote line is. So These guys have done an awesome job of that. And we see here, so the 24 to 19 exit the pits. They are done with their pit stops. We're trying to see where the 38 and the 99 are. The 99 Cadillac is now in the pits. The 38 also is in the pits. They're both exiting right now. Let's see where they end up reshuffling off the track. They're exiting the pits right now, coming off of turn 2. Very challenging pit road exit. Always all about playing with the throttle, making sure that you don't hit the grass. There comes the 51 there. He's a lap down. He pitted pretty early. His tire hasn't been that great. Gonna look behind there. Seems like staying at the extra lap for the 99 and 38 has worked out to their advantage there, because they have probably increased their gap to the 24 and 19.
Yeah, I've been riding on board with the 38 of Bowling. Looking back at the 99, the 99 has definitely made up some time. So in the beginning of the stage, when he didn't get that great of a start and he was dropping back spot after spot after spot, and we were thinking maybe something's happened with that truck. And then at the end of the run, here he was catching right back up to the back of the 38. So we'll have to see if the same thing happens again this time. If the 38 pulls away, he's great on 4 freshies, and then later on the 99's truck comes in. And if the 99 comes in later and all he's got to work with is the deficit that he's got right now, he's going to be all over the back bumper of the 38 right when it really matters, either coming into the pits next time or the time after. We'll have to see. But the 38 of Bowling and 99 of Cadillac once proving why they are the best and why they're P1 and P2 in the overall season points. Combat Beast, buddy, I'm getting over that too. I definitely wish you well. It's going to take you about a good 2 weeks or so, but don't stress, man. Get plenty of rest. Take your vitamins. Do what you got to do. Gatorade actually helped me out quite a bit, and that's actually kind of funny enough, something that the doctors recommended. But melatonin, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, and when you get into your second week of it, the doctor may give you prednisone depending on what you need. But please, Combat Beast, you take care of yourself, get some rest, and buddy, you get well soon, okay? We'll be thinking about you.
So we'll be thinking about everyone here during these difficult times, whether you're sick with the coronavirus or just, having a difficult time in general. We're always keeping your thoughts. I can't even speak.
I got you.
We're keeping you in our thoughts and prayers there. Yeah, it's still the same.
I know. Trust me, man. I'm there more often than not. When I'm talking about these guys and what they're doing or what I think they're doing, and I'm going,
It gets
it's multiple thoughts or multiple sentences in the back of my head that just can't quite figure themselves out.
Yeah, it's your friend. It's your friends. You care about them, and then it just comes out like you're like it's just, oh man, it gets embarrassing. But anyway, we're keeping we're keeping everybody in our thoughts and prayers here. So, now we'll get back to the race here.
Yep.
And looks like the 99 started to lose a little bit of touch to that 38. But once again, I think that 99 has set his cart for the long run. And we did see him close in quite a bit in the pits, so I'm not too sure if that was from the pit entry alone or just from the long run speed, but that gap has definitely closed down quite a bit. And going to try and see where that 24 is at. Yeah, 24-19 have completely lost touch of those two. 19 is in third right now of Cowboy, and it looks like the 24 is a bit faster than him. He just can't quite find a way around, so I think you just need to be a little patient here, try and build up that momentum and get around him, but so far, those two maybe not in the best position now to win this race. They're probably going to have to come up with some strategy in order to get around them.
Well, 24 is definitely all over the back end of that 19, and he's got a little bit of a draft. I think if he can pull down low and try to outbrake the 19 as you see him do right there, just not able to get right back in the throttle. The 19 was still kind of right to his outside, keeping him pinched down. So if the 24 can stay in his draft on these long straights and then try to outbreak him either going into one or into three. He might be able to get by and clear him that way. But 19, he's a tough he's a tough adversary. So he's definitely not going to make it. He's not going to give it away. If you're going to get into the top three, if you're going to have a shot at post race interviews or anything like that, he's going to make you earn it. So Krabby, he's been there a couple times, been close a couple times, and Cowboy, he's been close a couple times as well. But I don't think he's actually made it into post race, but maybe once, if I'm not mistaken. So
who is this?
I'm talking about the 19 of Cowboy and the
Cowboy.
24. Yep, 24 of Krabby Soup.
Krabby Soup, I believe, did at Bristol. I believe he got second there. I don't think you were there for that race. I believe that was me and Rick James for that one.
Yep.
I think Cowboy's been here for post-race just for being the owner for owner purposes. He may have gotten the top three. Don't quote me on it, but either way, a really solid run with the 19 truck. Has really done a great job here on this track. So hopefully he keeps it up. Hopefully don't jinx him there. He got pretty loose on the curb on 1 and 2. That was a little scary there, but holds on to it pretty good.
Yep. Combat Beast is asking if NNR bowling is FNL bowling. Yes, sir. He finally decided to switch on over and accept the family tag. So FNL and NNR bowling are the same exact person, and right now leading the standings, leading the points, leading the race, doing one hell of a job.
Yeah, he's just had a fantastic season. He's taken control of the races. He's been able to capitalize on everyone else's mistakes. Ever since that race in Atlanta where he led the most laps, he sped on pit road there in the final pit stop. Ever since then, he's been just flawless. He's been able to, capitalize on everyone else's mistakes. He's been able to pretty much, learn from his mistakes there, not speed on pit road. We see him, let's say he's not in the best truck, he'll still find a way to win the race. I look at Dover. I don't think he necessarily had the best truck there, ended up winning. Martinsville had the second best truck, but was definitely not on the same level as T-Glass, ended up winning that race. So you look at that, he's been able to, and I think even, probably Roval too, I think there were some points where he wasn't quite as fast. He's just been able to take control and really, maybe too early to say this, but put one hand on the championship trophy so far. So, but either way, we still got a half season left, so it's very early to, make those judgments. But it's just been a very impressive sophomore season for the 38.
Absolutely. But one thing that's very, very different this year than in years past, the points don't reset. It's just, I believe it's just the top 6, though, they get to race for the championship. So if bowling continues on the streak and the 99 can't catch him, the 99, like you said, he took both stages. So he's garnered max points so far. So even if bowling goes on to win, I believe at the end of the night, with the points that bowling has between stage 1, stage 2, and coming home P2, if this is the actual way that they finish, he may actually still come out of Gateway with more points than bowling. So he's doing what he's got to do, but still half a season to make up 50 points when you're going against a caliber of these two drivers. That's a tough job. You could say it a whole lot easier than it happens.
Absolutely, and I think it was his choice too to stay in this series. If we remember,
Yep.
I think way back in the beginning of the season,
Yep.
he had an opportunity to run Xfinity, declined it. He said, "Hey, I want to run for a truck championship," and we can see why. He really wants to prove to everybody that he wants to make a name for himself in NNR, and this is how you do it. So he's done a fantastic job so far this season. He's really, proving to people that he is a championship contender, and who knows? It's very early. It's very easy to look towards the future and make all your assumptions then and there, but you gotta wonder what his future plans are. If he wants to go to Xfinity next season, move up through the ranks, or heck, maybe even make a jump to Cup potentially. He's just been doing a very solid job, and we have seen that in full effect throughout the season. And today, even starting to extend the gap on Shadowlight here on the long run, something that we haven't really seen happen much of the race.
Yeah, next time either Swats or Cowboy or somebody come across the start stripe, I'll try to grab us a lap count, see exactly where it is we stand. And in fact, I can do that right now. It looks like there's 41 laps, and Swats, no, Cowboy rather, has about 12 laps left in the tank. But again, that elusive right side, he's 35 on the rear and 38 on the right front. They were a little there's a little bit more of a gap between his right front and his right rear at the end of last fuel run. So it looks like whatever adjustments the 19 of Cowboy Matt made in the pits during the last round of green flag stops, it looks like it's absolutely helped him. It's helped him kind of bring that tire wear a little bit closer together, maybe get to be a little bit better on the long run. Right now, that 19 is sitting in P number 3.
Yeah, that 19 truck has been running really solid, and just it definitely looks like he started the second half of the season off pretty strong, and it's been looking pretty good for him so far. He's been able to hold that 24 back for a good majority of this race. He's been put under pretty big pressure. The 24 truck, remember, has led some laps already in this race and has been able to challenge the 99 truck of Shadowlight, and doing a really good job staying his ground. Made a few mistakes in front of him. We hit the curb a few times, but other than that, it's been pretty flawless and is really not, he's not really felt the pressure as much. He's not really given into the pressure, so he's been running a really solid race so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think when Krabby figured out about 10, 15 laps ago that he wasn't going to be able to get on by the 19. The 19, even though he saw the 24 was faster, he wasn't just going to go ahead and yield the position. And just as I say that, 19 goes high and wide, almost slaps the outside wall. 24, I think he ducked down just a little bit in case he actually did make contact and bounce off. So a little bit more going on with that 19 now. I think he might be starting to handle pretty ill, but at the same time, watching the rear end of this Hooters.com Silverado shake around a little bit, it looks like Krabby might be starting to handle a little off as well. But then again, we're coming to the end of this fuel run. Matt's only got about 8 laps of fuel left in his Tundra. I imagine that 24 is probably pretty close. That means that the 99 and the 38 as well shouldn't be too far from there either. I'm actually going to go ahead and try to find the 99 and the 38 right now. Right now, 38's got the 13 of Garrett right in his sights. But even though Bowling is fighting the 13, 99 is not close enough to really take advantage of the time that the 13 held the 38 up. A couple more laps, so they got to go down pit road.
Yeah, getting ready for some green flag pit stops here. And remember too that the 99 and the 38 truck stayed out an extra lap compared to the 24 and the 19. So they do have that advantage there. They've got a little fresher tires than them, so it'll definitely help benefit them on the short run. And I think that it's looking. Those two guys, I think they continue to stay out longer than them. I think it's going to work out for them. They'll have fresher tires and just be able to extend that gap further and further. So it's going to be looking good for both of them. And I'm not too sure. The 99's been not quite on the same pace level as the 38. So you got to wonder if the 99 saving his tires a bit, saving fuel, or the 38 had finally figured it out on that last pit stop and really got the truck rolling good. And I think it's a little bit of both, honestly, but 38 truck has really done a great recovery this stage here. I think it was stage 2, I believe, where he lost a ton of time on their pit road. Fell way back to, I think it was 5th. Went from 1st to 5th there in the pit cycle. So, and he's now made all of that ground up once again. So, really doing having a great recovery drive. Like I said, capitalizing. He may have made a mistake there, but now he's starting to recover from his mistakes and continue to not let those errors phase him. And you see there the 99 trying to get around his I guess, teammate in the sense of 13 trying to put him lap down. But so far been a very great, clean race, and it should not be a surprise to any of us here because this is NNR Racing League, and Austin is a nice track and gateway.
Yeah, Gateway nice and wide in the corners. You could fit 2 or 3 wide down the straightaways. Tell you what, they've got 33 laps remaining. I'm going to bet that the 19 of Cowboy is going to come on in, I would imagine, this time by. He's got 4%, now 3% left on that right rear as he comes across the line with 32 to go. So he's not going to be able to make it. If I were Cowboy with 3% on the right rear, I'm coming in this time. I'm not going to risk popping either the right front or right rear. And yeah, I would imagine he's going to come in this time. I'm going to try to catch up. There's Cowboy. Yep, gentle. There he is on the access road.
Gotta be gentle here and enter the pit road. Don't want to blow a tire on pit road. It's something pretty terrible that you can do. And he's hitting the grass quite a bit. I can't even see with all the dust. Looks like he makes it in fine. I thought he almost spun out there. He enters pit road clean. And let me see. I think someone else entered the pit road with them. Yeah, 99 Shadowlike enters pit road. Same lap as them. Shadowlike trying to do the undercut on Bowling. As Bowling stays out another lap, he's going to be staying out 2 extra laps by the looks of it from the 99 truck. So the 99 is going to get a pretty good shortcut on him. The 38 going to stay out a little longer to have fresher tires than the 99, trying to extend that gap that he once had.
I tell you what, I am absolutely surprised that the 38 stayed out. He, in order to stay ahead of the 99, get around the 13, and deal with anything else he's had to deal with, he had to have pushed it at one point or another. Now you see him coming on down pit road, and as he comes on down, he's actually going to cross the line, making it exactly 30 laps to go. So if he was just right there able to go 33 laps, which I think is what he did, 32, 33. That's gonna set him up pretty well, because the 99, he's got to go, but he's gonna be 2 laps short. The 38 just ran it down, I think, to the perfect measure. Yeah, Cowboy Matt just went across the start stripe right there, exactly 30 to go. So the 38 may have 31. We'll have to see, but. Lucky, I'm not sure if you're a fan of Madden 21. Obviously, you're somewhat of a fan of Heat 5, but Ant-Man out there in chat wants to know: would you recommend getting NASCAR Heat 5 or Madden 21 first? I want to get both, but can only get one right now. So, which one would you recommend? Cape says he suggests Heat 5. Madden is garbage. I would, me personally, Ant-Man, whichever you're more of a fan of. If you're more of a fan of football over NASCAR, then go that way. If you're more of a fan of NASCAR over football, go that way. You got to do whichever way you're going to get the best bang for your buck is what I'd say.
I would say get NASCAR Heat 5. That's just me being partial, of course, because I love NASCAR and I love what the Heat guys are doing. And I'd also say, too, because you got to hang out with us and in our squad, so you get to be with some great people and get the opportunity to race in one of the best leagues in NASCAR Heat. So I would definitely get NASCAR Heat 5. It's they're gonna have a lot of fun for sure.
It is absolutely a lot of fun. Alpha York says Madden is not garbage, telling Cape to bite his tongue. So again,
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, honestly, but I mean,
all a difference of opinion.
Oh yeah. But so yeah, I'm trying to look at the strategy here, and it's interesting, man. It is interesting here. I'm a little lost here. I think I'm looking at Swats. He's 2 laps down, so I don't think it's quite accurate. But I think if Bowling runs as is now, remember some guys can't make it the full fuel run on tires. So I'm starting to think right now if that 38 truck can make it the whole way. I think you should, from what you're saying, it looks like he can. So hoping that's true there. I think looks like he's pretty solid. Got to see where that 99 is. 99 right is him. Pretty close behind.
Yep.
Yeah, so he also stayed out 2 laps longer than pitted 2 laps earlier than the 38. So he's in a more dire situation. So Man, it's gonna be. I was telling you at the start of the stage, it's gonna be one interesting race when it comes to strategy, and we're gonna see it in full force here. Gonna see how much the 99 pushes and growth to the 38. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy last few laps in this race.
Yeah, it's really going to be interesting. I wonder if in the last fuel run, the 99 made some changes that he didn't like or his truck didn't agree with, and he's kind of gone back on those changes. He was fast earlier. He caught the 38 just as they were about to go down pit road. So if the 99 realizes that the 38 went an extra lap or two, he might be able to back it down. And then when he realizes that he has enough fuel, it's go time. So we'll have to see if these two can maybe duke it out, kind of like what we saw at the end of stage number 2 in the American Ethanol All-Star race the other night, which, lucky if you didn't catch that, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. Definitely a race for the ages. Phenomenal time. Great call between Rick James and myself. You had NNR in there. You had Turned Down for What. You had American Ethanol. You had ENEA. There's quite a few leagues in there. And at the end, there was I want to say about $300 given away in cash and die cast and things like that. So very nice payout. One hell of a race. So if you haven't gotten a chance yet, man, I would definitely suggest going back and rewatching it.
I think I know who won that race too. I think it was More Smoke.
You got it. More Smoke was there at the end in his 5 car. Mr. Where did he come from? Pulled himself up from the second pack to catch the first pack in stage number 2 and never ever let it go. All night long it was Dr. Bush, the Aviator, More Smoke, and like 1 or 2 others. It was a great battle of about 5 cars until the third stage where More Smoke just left everybody.
Yeah, More Smoke is just one of the best when it comes to preset running. It's just amazing what he's able to do with a car. And unfortunately, I don't think I was able to witness it because I think there was I think I was racing E-Spark there, so couldn't quite catch it. But I did see, I think it was a 1-2 for NNR there. I think that was More Smoke first and then Eli second. So good run by those two. Good close friends of mine. So really cool to see. And I'll have to definitely take a look there because Las Vegas is a great track and one of the best tracks when it comes to side-by-side racing. So can't wait. I'll have to look forward to it. And looking towards the upcoming races, I think the next race after this is Chicagoland, a track that I always like. A little harder to run side-by-side, but you can still have some really good racing around that circuit. And then I think the race after that is Auto Club, which is a great track. We raced there in the All-Star race on High Draft, and I hope we don't use it for the actual points race. That'll be pretty annoying, trying to make our way through the field, but that was an awesome race there, just for fun, racing guys real hard. So got 2 good tracks coming up after a Gateway. So the second half of the season for all 3 series is going to be great because we have a lot of great racetracks that we'll be heading towards. So I'm fully excited. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great second half to the season. I'm actually looking forward to it as well. And I'll tell you what, in the meantime, it's very unfortunate, but the NNR Twitter handle had to kind of go away. I was going to put that out there. They wanted some verification as to who handles the Twitter account, and the information was very personal. Coey and Stout Whiskey, they decided, you know what, the information they want, I don't know. They don't know where the information goes. I don't know where the information goes. I don't know if I would trust it in the land of Big Brother or whatever. So they just decided to let the Twitter go. But by all means, guys, I just put the link to nnrleague.com back in the chat. Go on over, check it out. Again, take a look at the Zazzle tab for all of the NNR merch. And again, as my buddy Mountain said, you absolutely want to rep your NNR red the next time we're all able to get back to the track whenever this COVID crap is done. And of course, you can always follow me on Twitter. I try to get all the track information, race information out there the best that I can. And yeah, right along with a link to the stream.
Back towards the race here. It looks like the 99 has started to lose touch with 38, and could be because he's saving more. Maybe just, we saw this before in the previous stint, but you gotta wonder here if the 99 is able to make it. You think we saw him pit earlier than the 38. Now you gotta think, now is he trying to save that right rear tire, trying to save some fuel here, or something else? And the 24, looking there, 24 is way behind the 99. It was a little closer than that before, but now the 24, he's like over a straightaway behind the 99, trying to find the 19 truck. 19 of Cowboys just entering turn 1, so a big shakeup here in the top 5. So it's going to be pretty hard for some of these guys who pitted a little early to make it to the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a bit of a shakeup. The biggest one is that 24, like you were just talking about, old Krabby Soup. We saw earlier where he was trying to get on by the 19 of Cowboy Matt, but he wasn't able to. And then in that last round of pit stops, he was able to go on and get by the 19. Matt right now sits in P4, and the 24 Krabby Soup sits in P3. Obviously the 99 in P number 2, and Bowling right where he's been all night long, pretty comfortable, or all night long for the most part anyway, sitting pretty comfortable right there in P number 1. The entire race, Lucky, again, has gone green flag. No cautions whatsoever. Might have had 1 or 2 instances where a caution could have come out, but either the admins or the game said, no, not needed. Keep it green, and we're staying green for about another 14 laps until this race is officially in the books.
Yeah, and it's just been a very flawless race so far. Not a lot of, just some really good racing, and I think we've been seeing that throughout the field. We've just seen some, just seeing the fast cars make their way through the field, and they've seen a lot of different strategy moves, trying to pit earlier, trying to pit later. So it's just been a very fun race to watch and to see how guys have improved so far from the break. You see guys like Cowboy running up further in the front. You see Krabby Soup, who to me has been one of the stars of the race, just how he's been more of a top 10 driver. Now he's running the top 3. And, seeing Shadowlock start to put more of a fight here. He's been proving every race. And now we're seeing the 38 still control this race and just been doing a really good job. So it's been really fun to watch. But also, before I even say anything, that 99 is closing a lot on that 38 truck. So maybe seeing some things happen here in the works. Maybe that 38 is responding to the 99. Who knows? We still got only a handful of laps left in this race.
Yep, 12 laps left, and we're riding on board right now with the back end of this Carolina Nut number 99 Ford F-150. And yes, as they cross that start stripe, that is with just about 12 laps remaining. So they're absolutely getting after it. And I think what we saw between the 24 and the 19, to talk about that real quick, right now the 19 thinks that he'll be able to make it to the end. He's got 11 laps to go, and he's got 12 laps in the tank, but he's been close on tires all night long. So we might be right back to where we were in the beginning, Lucky. We might be talking about the tires here at the end. That could be why the 38 seems like he's backing it up just a little bit to the 99, as he actually swung high that time, kind of ran the corner a little hot. That allowed the 99 to close up just a little bit more. Or, Lucky, is he trying to draw him in? Saying, oh, he messed up. Let me go ahead and run this corner just a little bit more, see if I can't make up some time on him. One thing to catching him, as always, though, the saying goes, it's another to pass him.
Be a very interesting technique there, because if I'm a driver, I'm not the kind of guy to really bait guys into that. But I think for me, he's just trying to save something, just try and not use as much brake here, try and, use up more of the track, not brake as much to put less heat in the tires, which would therefore not make him wear as much potentially, or he just made a mistake. We're going to have to ask him if he ends up finishing on the podium here. But yeah, this is starting to heat up right now. The 99 is starting to close in a little bit more on that 38 truck, and it's just so hard to tell right now who is going to be safe. And who's going to make it here the rest of the way, or who's going to have to pit. Sorry, I missed up my words there. Going to be man, this is, it's a head scratcher for sure.
Yeah, you saw the 38 back up to the 99. Now it looks like 38 is starting to extend his gap a little bit more. I think he might have had to save maybe a lap or so, maybe a little less than a lap in fuel, maybe backing down his tires. That's why you saw him go a little high in the corner, kind of diamond him out a little bit. But now he's back on the bottom again and starting to extend his lead. So it could very well be that he was just saving a little bit, kind of managing the gap, just like you'd see in a real NASCAR race.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when it comes to fuel strategy and whatnot, sometimes you have to manage that gap. You have to kind of sometimes look at that delta you have and determine, I gotta make sure that I don't lose too much time from this. Make sure that I'm still within touching distance of the guy in front of me, or still, keeping a good pace of the guys behind me. So it's very challenging in a sense when you have to manage everything. It takes a lot of experience. Experience trumps that. You can't just go into a race, as a rookie and expect to accomplish all that. That's the kind of skills right here that takes races and races and races to adapt to. It's not easy. So we're seeing a lot of experienced drivers here in the front of the field because they have had experience with these kind of issues, these scenarios, and you start to see some of the inexperienced drivers, towards the back of the field. So, I mean, in some of the experienced drivers like Cowboys are having a hard time trying to do it. It's not easy trying to manage everything all at once.
No, absolutely not. That's where the entire package, being the entire package as far as the driver goes, really comes into play. You've got the experience, you've got the skill. You know what you need out of your truck on the long run. You know what you want out of your truck on the short run if a late stage caution should happen to come out. 5 more laps to go here. It actually looks like, I think that was the 13 that just pulled on down in front of the 38. I thought he was going to go down pit road, but he's having some other kind of problem. I'm wondering if maybe he's popped a tire or something. Not exactly sure what happened right there, but not what the 38 wanted to see right in front of him. 38 went straight from the straightaway into the wall.
Look at this.
Into the middle of the corner.
99 truck into the pits. He could not make it the whole way.
Yep, something tells me we're going to see the 19 of Cowboy come on down as well. So we're going to go ahead and pick right back up with our 38 and see if he's going to be able to go the distance.
24 into the pits.
24, so that's your third place driver. So right now the 19 of Cowboy Matt, he's got 5% on his right rear with 4 laps to go. He's not going to be able to make it. Now 4% on his right rear, so he's going to have to come in. Right now, 3 laps to go. Right now, the 38 actually, I think the 38 has a legit chance of putting the entire field a lap down. At the last look, there were only 5 trucks on the lead lap. Here is Bowling coming on by one more time, going down the backstretch. Yep, 19, excuse me, 19 going into the pits from P number 2. This will absolutely shake up the entire running order. Can the 38 stay out? Will he be able to keep a tire from popping? If he does have to go down pit road, does he have enough of a lead to where he can go on down, just grab right side tires, and just a dash of fuel, just enough to be able to go, really running that truck high and allowing the truck to kind of woe itself down just a little bit. He could be using that shifter to bring it on back down, not really cranking on the wheel a little bit, conserving the tire, make sure he's not putting too much wheel into it. There's all kinds of things that the driver of the 38 could be doing right now. Bowling has done a masterful job all season. He's been working towards a scenario like this for 13 races. Now 1 or 2 laps remaining. 38's still your leader, but will he be able to finish?
It's getting pretty close around this track.
Actually, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So yeah, kind of an anticlimactic.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, kind of an anticlimactic end of the race right there, because I wasn't quite sure where everybody was, and because people went multiple laps down, the lap readers that we had for our onboards weren't right where they needed to be. So in the end, Bowling did exactly what I said he had a chance of doing. He has put the entire field at least one lap down. So Bowling, the only one finishing the race on the lead lap, conserving fuel, conserving his tires. 99 of Cadillac coming home P2, and that 24 of Krabby Soup P number 3. Cowboy 4th, Classic Stew in 5th, Garrett in 6th, Papa Bear bringing it home 7th, Swats and all the trouble he had bringing it home 8th, Chevy in 9th, Mike T in 10th, and Owen Cornett, the United States Marine, bringing it home in P number 11. All right, so while they finish their cool-down lap, we're going to go ahead and bring it on back here. Get everybody set into the booth, and then, yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Thanks for keeping it right here. Absolutely appreciate you. All right, bringing it on back again. Thank you, everybody, for keeping it right here, keeping us all company. We've got our top 3 here in the booth. So at P number 3, driver of that 24 Hooters machine, Krabby Soup, Lucky Dog. Go ahead, pick up old Krabby.
Yeah, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you ran a really good race tonight. You got a solid 3rd place finish, got some really great stage points. Just tell me about your whole race and just how it went for you.
It was nice, man. I actually enjoy this track. It's all about conserving that right rear. If you can get that science down on conserving that right rear, that obviously that's what caught some of us there on that very last stage there for the finale. But yeah, I was trying to slow up and not brake and cut the wheel. I was trying a little bit of everything, and I don't have it figured out. So, but yeah, I had a great time.
It's a very challenging track for sure. A lot of people struggle here. So, I actually want to go back to stage 3. You restarted 2nd at one point, and you ended up overtaking the 99 of Cadillac there. A very great move around the outside of turn 1 and 2. Had a good lead. Then you started to fall back a bit. Were you trying to respond to the 99? Was that a way to try to save your right rear tire? Try to save a bit of fuel maybe too?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just trying to experiment with, and then I'm just not if these guys are fast and they're catching me, there's no sense in me holding them up, that early. So doing some experimenting and just kind of being loyal at the same time, letting those guys go. So, yeah.
It's a pretty respectful thing to do there, and looking forward to next week. We're going to be racing at Chicagoland. It's a 1.5 mile track. I'm looking forward to it. It's probably one of the fun tracks to race on this game. What are your thoughts on that? And you think you got a pretty good shot to be competitive there, try and get a win?
I don't know if a win is there for me just yet. So long as I can keep clicking off these, top 5s, I'm pretty happy. I'm just not an aggressive driver. So just it's more about fun and just running laps with these guys and being respectful, if anything. So
We had a really great run tonight, and it's nice to see you in the top 3. So great job, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Pete.
All right, Krabby, just real quick, buddy, before you go, any quick shout outs, sir?
Oh yeah. Big thanks to Shad and what he does, man. I really respect for all the time he puts into this, and obviously the whole NNR group. I've had a blast, but it's definitely challenging running with these guys. Learned a lot, so big thanks to him.
There you go. Good job again, buddy.
And thanks to you, Pete.
Yeah, you are absolutely welcome. And then let's see, P2, old Shadowlac. Shad, you had that 99 Carolina Nut machine inside the top 2, top 3 all night long. Only fell back maybe once. Okay, in stage 3, your second fueling really looked like the truck kind of fell off a little bit. Like maybe you made 1 or 2 adjustments that either you didn't like or you didn't like once you found out how it felt out on the track, or the truck didn't respond well with what you changed, or was there some other kind of strategy right there to help you through the remainder of stage 3?
I think the crew put the wrong side tires on the rights. I don't know. I tried to tighten it up because it was getting a little loose on the long run, and I wanted to try to beat Bolin on the long run, and it just started off way too tight, and then it still was loose at the end, so I had to go back on that. I mean, Bolin was fast all night. I got lucky in the stages. He got caught up with Cape when he was out up front. I think stage 2 that was, and I luckily threaded the needle. But nah, Bolin was the fastest truck. I was just trying to keep it close, and then I was trying to save tires at the end, and I didn't even come close. I was gonna blow it on the next lap if I didn't pit when I did.
Yeah, there weren't very many that were able to go the entire length of a fuel run on the tires. It was either going to be the right front that was going to pop due to putting too much wheel into it, or the right rear just because of the way that you have to drive it coming off the corner. But in the end, man, you had 2 great stages. A whole lot of points are coming your way. It'll be very, very interesting to see how it all shakes out at the end. Whether you've actually gained more points throughout stage 1, stage 2, and then your P2 finish, or if bowling is gonna maybe tie you in points or something like that. It's gonna be absolutely close. You've got just about a 50-point deficit to bowling. This was the start of the second half of the NNR Truck Series season tonight, and as Lucky said, we're going to Chicagoland next week. Are you looking forward to that trip, or you are you a little bit hesitant?
If this was Chicagoland on iRacing, I'd love it.
Me too.
On this game, it's easy to drive. It's going to be a draft track probably, and but I mean, I like Chicagoland on here. As far as points, the only thing that really matters to me is the playoff points, and I lost a point to Bolin by him winning. I'm not going to catch him for the season standings, not unless his wheel suddenly breaks in half and he has to wait a month to buy one. I don't know. So that's really the only thing I'm shooting for right now, is just trying to gain playoff points to make it somewhat close when we go to the playoffs. Other than that, I mean, Bolin's got this regular season.
Well, don't give it to him just yet. Lucky Dog said earlier in the race, or earlier in the stream, that he may have one hand on the trophy. You may have the other hand on that trophy. We'll have to see if it comes down to a battle between you two. It's been a battle between you two for the most part of the first half of this season. Buddy, congrats on the P2. Congrats on the 2 stage wins. Great points tonight for you. Is there anything you think that you could have done differently?
Nah.
Well, then
I was driving the wheels off of it, literally.
If you can go to bed tonight and you can say, no, there's nothing more that I could have done, you'll rest peacefully. Congratulations, man. Any shout outs for you?
Yeah, I'll correct Krabby and say that it's not me that does stuff for the league. It's Swats, who's the truck owner that does all this, and then Coey, obviously the league owner. But yeah, shout out to you and Lucky for broadcasting and letting us guys put on the show, and then thanks to Coey, and I look forward to NNR starting up iRacing.
I'm going to be talking about that here probably within the next couple of weeks. But since you alluded to it rather, yeah, February, NNR is looking to start up our very own iRacing series. It's absolutely going to be a blast. Congratulations once again, sir.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it, buddy. Lucky Dog. I've talked to bowling I don't know how many times this season. This is like Asbel 2.0. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and pick up on our winner one more time. Old Bowling.
Yeah, man, I'd love to. Hey, Bowen, what's good?
What's happening?
Well, what's happening is you won. Did a great job tonight, and once again, I've honestly lost track of wins. I had a good idea how many wins you had before, but I lost track now. So not just sure how many wins it's been for you, but that's just how your season's been. You've just been really dominant. You've been fast, and then some races where you haven't been as fast, you've been able to capitalize off everyone else's mistakes. And just take me through your race, your mindset going into Gateway. It's a hard track with the tires. Everybody knows that. Just especially stage 2 wasn't your best stage. Just take me through everything.
Yeah, I came into the night knowing I had a good truck. I practiced a little bit before. I haven't raced in NNR in almost a month, so it was nice to get back on the track. I was worried at the beginning there because Shad was just beating the brakes off of me. I mean, he was faster than me at the first half of that race, and there was nothing I could do to keep him behind me. He passed me. And I couldn't catch back up to him. So I'm like, all right, it's time to make some adjustments. Stage 2 ran into a lot of adversity there and battled back. In the final stage, made a slight adjustment to make it a little bit tighter, but not too tight at the beginning of the run. Managed to do that and ended up being able to save enough tire where I didn't have to pit that one extra time at the end there. And really just capitalize and take victory number 6 of the year.
Man, victory number 6, wow. That's pretty impressive. So, once again, Chicagoland, like I mentioned before, is the next track, and you've been pretty strong with these 1.5 mile circuits. So, thoughts about that track and looking forward?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a draft track. If you lose it, and you're with one guy and there's a group of 4 ahead of you, you're really not going to catch them. So the best part is to try to qualify up front, get yourself a good hot lap, and try to keep it there.
Yeah, absolutely. So draft is a very big key around the circuit. And got any shout-outs?
I'm going to give a shout out to you two, you and Pete, for continuing to broadcast for us, and I can't wait to go back and listen to it, watch it, and see what you guys talked about this week.
Well, take care. Congrats on a 6th win this season, and keep this up.
Thank you.
All right, Pete.
Thank you, Lucky Dog. Congrats, Bowling. Good job, buddy. All
Thanks,
right,
Pete.
so guys, that is going to be it for the NNR truck race. Just one little quick note from old Coey out there in chat. And Bowling, I'm glad you're here still. All right. Coey says, congratulations, Bowling, and the winner of the NNR hat. Again, going to throw that up there on screen right now. Pete, also, please, come on, Coey, I got to say please, let Lucky Dog know that he was also the winner of the same hat on screen for winning the All-Star race. Congratulations for that again, Lucky Dog. And thanks to Vols for the purchase of the week's events. So he actually typed out, please. So yeah, Lucky Dog, due to you winning the NNR All-Star race at Auto Club, you've picked up a hat. I'm sure Kobe will get a hold of you, or you can reach out to him through the chat or on Discord, and he'll get your shipping info and get that out to you. And then same thing for you, Bowling. Coey will reach out to you, or you reach out to him, and he'll get your information to send you one of these NNR red hats. NNR No Name Racing.
It's really awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it.
There you go. So, guys, there's going to be one more of these hats up for grabs tomorrow night. Again, the NNR Xfinity Series right around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right back here from Gateway Worldwide Technology. I don't know what you actually call it anymore. But, yeah, we got 2 more races this week. Xfinity tomorrow night. Cup Series on Thursday night. Again, both times 8:30 Eastern. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a lot of great racing tonight. But it's just starting the week. So until then, I will see you somewhere around the track on another stream or just tomorrow night. Take care, stay healthy, wear your mask, stay away from people so we can all get back to a track. Later, everybody.